How would you describe, so you described yourself for us. How would you describe Lewis? I remember there's this one quote, I forgot who it was. Maybe you'll know. They said Lewis is like the best example of an Italian humanist because of all of his genres. How would you describe Lewis?
Um, well, he's certainly a large man of many and varied interests.
Yeah.
Um, of course, he was professionally an English literary critic and historian.
Mhm.
That was his career, teaching here at Oxford for most of his working life, and then finishing at Cambridge. Um, so, if people are defined by their profession, then that's how you would define Lewis as an academic, an English literary academic. Um, but of course, he's not best known for that. He's best known probably for Narnia
Mhm.
and maybe the Screwtape Letters, um, but also for works of Christian apologetics. So he's got really three main strings to his bow: academia, fiction, and apologetics. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why he's so endlessly fascinating to write about, because there's so much on so many different topics, so many different angles. It's very hard to get tired of C.S. Lewis. And if ever you do, run out of enthusiasm for one particular line of his work, then you just switch to the other for a bit and freshen yourself up.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's probably how I would define him, as an academic who wrote fiction and apologetics.
Yeah. I think that's apt. I think you're absolutely right with he wrote in so many different mediums. My favorite is essay. I love his essays. I got his collected essays. I read them. For 2 years I was trying to read one every day, and I was pretty successful. It was fantastic. So it's deep in here. But then when I would get sick of that, I'd go to Till We Have Faces or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he regarded Paralandra, Till We Have Faces, and The Abolition of Man as his three best works. Does that sound right?
Um, he said that Till We Have Faces was far and away his best work, and by that I think he meant best novel.
Okay.
Um, within the trilogy, the Ransom trilogy, he said Perelandra was the best,
Okay.
but he said that his favorite of the Ransom trilogy was That Hideous Strength,
Right.
because he distinguished between best and favorite. You see,
Okay. Okay. That's interesting.
it's sort of objectively better Perelandra, but That Hideous Strength he likes more
Yeah.
personally. And he also said of that hideous of the Abolition of Man, it's almost my favorite among my books.
Hmm.
So that's a fairly high estimation of that very little known work, which we're going to be talking about a bit